Yo, what's going on everyone? I hope you're all well and safe. It's Ali from the Source Park, back again for another skateboarding tutorial, and today we're going to learn how to do a heel flip. So this tutorial is not actually going to be that different from the one I done last week. It's kind of similar to a kickflip. The only difference is the foot placement. So all of the steps to kind of learning it are the same. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about those. So it's going to be quite a quick one today. So like I said last week, like when you're doing a kickflip, it's spinning towards your back, and a heel flip, it spins forward. So instead of flicking the board with your toes, you're flicking it out with your heel and the board's spinning forwards, okay? So it's like you're popping up like an ollie and flipping the board, waiting for it to come around, catching it and trying to land it as clean as you can. Anytime you're learning flip tricks, the first 10 to 100 of them you're gonna do aren't gonna be that clean. Like the odds are you're gonna land all like sketchy, so your feet are gonna be like this and you're gonna be all awkward, but yeah, that's just how it goes. You're gonna land them sketchy and then they're just gonna get more consistent and cleaner and higher. So it's just a matter of practicing. So the foot position to a heel flip is completely different to a kick flip. So to do a heel flip, you're gonna have to put your front foot with your like toes hanging off the board, because to flick the board, you're gonna be kicking your heel out, hence the name heel flip. So your front foot is gonna be on the board with your toes hanging off, and then your back foot, it's gonna need to be, because your toes are hanging off, it's kind of putting a lot of weight forward. So you need to put your back foot further back to kind of level it out, because if you have both of your feet forward and you try and pop, there's gonna be too much weight on the front of the board. So to even it out, you wanna put your back foot further back. So you kind of want it in the little pocket in the corner of your board. So now it's kind of leveled out, and it just helps. If you try and do a heel flip with your foot in like your back foot in like an ollie position, it doesn't work as well. You kind of need to move it back a little bit. So when I do a heel flip, I have my toes pointing out straight on my front foot, so it's completely straight on the board. But I've seen people do it where they kind of have their foot pointed at an angle. So just because I'm doing it with my foot straight doesn't mean you should be doing that. Just try both ways and see what way feels good for you. And also remember what I said about the flicking thing. If you put your foot lower down, especially if you're younger, the lower down your foot is, the more flick you're gonna have on the board. So now you've got the foot positioning down, the next steps are kind of just the same as the kick flip and the ollie tutorial that I've done. So it's gonna be trying it on grass first, trying it stationary on concrete, holding on to stuff, like holding on to a wall or like a fence or something like that to like support yourself, and just going really slow when you're doing the first ones. So you're gonna be riding along at a nice comfortable speed, or stationary if you're doing it stationary. And then you're gonna be having your front foot with your toes hanging off, ready to flick that heel out as soon as the board pops. And then your back foot is gonna be in that little pocket, so it's gonna be on the edge of the tail, right on the back of your board. So your toes are ready to snap down. And then it's gonna be just like all the other steps in the other tutorials. So you're gonna be bending down, jumping up, snapping the tail, and then you're gonna be flicking your heel out. So I kind of flick my heel out more forwards, but like I said, you can flick it out at an angle. Just have a bit of a feel about with it and see what works for you. Like whatever way you're getting it round in, then just stick with that and try and get that dialed in. And then once you flick the board, you just need to try and wait for it to come round. Just try and stay above it and watch it. And then as soon as you see it coming round, just try and stamp down on it and land it. Just try and get your feet down as soon as you can. Like I said earlier, the first few are probably gonna roll around on the floor anyway, so don't worry about it too much, about them being popping into the air and you waiting it, because you just need to get the board round. Just focus on getting the board round and landing the heel flip. It doesn't matter what it looks like, because once you've done one, and they're only gonna get better from there. And always try and aim to land on the bolts when you're doing any flip tricks, because it's just gonna help with your balance so much. Sometimes you could be trying a flip trick for ages and then you'll actually land one, but your feet will be like this and it will just make you slip off straight away. So just try and not have your feet together when you're in the air and just keep them apart, because it's really gonna help when you land. And I guess that's it, another skateboard tutorial done. I hope this has helped you with your heel flips somehow, or if you've never tried them before, it's giving you some tips to get you that little bit closer to doing them. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.